The best funny stories and jokes for adults. First condom. I recall my first time with a condom. I was 16 or so. I went in to buy a packet of condoms at the pharmacy. There was this beautiful woman assistant behind the counter, and she could see that I was new at it. She handed me the package and asked if I knew how to wear one. I honestly answered, no. This is my first time, so she unwrapped the package, took one out and slipped it over her thumb. She cautioned me to make sure it was on tight and secure. I apparently still looked confused. So, she looked all around the store to see if it was empty. It was empty. Just a minute, she said, and walked to the door and locked it. Taking my hand, she led me into the back room, unbuttoned her blouse and removed it. She unhooked her bra and laid it aside. "Do these excite you?" she asked. Well, I was so dumbstruck that all I could do was nod my head. She then said it was time to slip the condom on. As I was slipping it on, she dropped her skirt, removed her panties and lay down on a desk. "Well, come on," she said. "We don't have much time," so I climbed on her. It was so wonderful that unfortunately, I could no longer hold back and KAPOWWWWWWW. I was done within a few moments. She looked at me with a bit of a frown. "Did you put that condom on?" she asked. I said, "I sure did," and held up my thumb to show her. She fainted. New York bar. Frank was getting ready to go on a trip to New York for the first time, and was talking to his friend Bill. "Bill, while you are in New York, there is a bar that you have to go to. When you walk through the front door, you are handed a free drink. Then you can go to the back room and get laid. Come back up to the bar, and you get another free drink. Then you can get laid again. It goes on like this all night." Frank, that sounds unbelievable. Have you really been there? Bill, no, but my sister has. A man is out shopping and discovers a new brand of Olympic condoms. Clearly impressed, he buys a pack. Upon getting home he announces to his wife the purchase he just made. "Olympic condoms," she blurts. "What makes them so special?" "There are 3 colors." He replies, "Gold, silver and bronze." "What color are you going to wear tonight?" she asks cheekily. "Gold, of course," says the man proudly. The wife responds wryly, "Why don't you wear silver? It would be nice if you came second for a change." My teenage daughter came home in a rage. "I've just done sex education in school today, Dad. You lied to me. You told me if I have sex before my 16th birthday, my boyfriend will die." I put down my paper. "Oh, he will, sweetheart. He will." An American businessman is entertaining some overseas business guests on the golf course. The first guest, who is from Italy, tees off and hits a good shot 200 yards down the fairway. As the American businessman knows a small amount of Italian, he says, "Buon tiro," which means good shot. The Italian businessman replies, "Crazy." The second guest, who is from France, tees off and hits a fantastic shot that lands on the green 30 feet from the hole. As the American businessman knows a small amount of French, he says, "Tir fantastique," which means fantastic shot. The French businessman replies, "Merci." The third guest, who is from Japan, tees off and amazingly, the ball goes straight in the hole, a hole-in-one. The American businessman doesn't know many Japanese words or phrases, but when he dated a Japanese girl during his overseas business trips, she used to moan when he made love to her and she would shout out "Uriana, Uriana," and which he repeats to his Japanese guest. The Japanese businessman replies, "What do you mean, wrong hole?" A family is at the dinner table. The son asks his father, "Dad, how many kinds of boobs are there?" The father, surprised, answers, "Well, son, there are 3 kinds of boobs. In her 20s, a woman's are like melons, round and firm. In her 30s to 40s, they are like pears, still nice but hanging a bit. After 50, they are like onions." Onions? Yes, you see them and they make you cry. This infuriated his wife and daughter, so the daughter said, "Ma'am, how many kinds of willies are there?" The mother, surprised, smiles and answers, well dear, a man goes through 3 phases. In his 20s, his willy is like an oak tree, mighty and hard. In his 30s and 40s, it is like a birch, flexible but reliable. After his 50s, it is like a Christmas tree. A Christmas tree? Yes, the root's dead and the balls are just for decoration. Oh, here is a really good one, by Imsafunny. Comment number 130. The year is 2222 and Mike and Maureen land on Mars after accumulating enough frequent flyer miles. They meet a Martian couple and are talking about all sorts of things. Mike asks if Mars has a stock market, if they have laptop computers, how they make money, etc. Finally, Maureen brings up the subject of sex. Just how do you guys do it? Asks Maureen. Pretty much the way you do, responds the Martian. Discussion ensues and finally the couples decide to swap partners for the night and experience one another. Maureen and the male Martian go off to a bedroom where the Martian strips. He's got only a teeny-weeny member about half an inch long and just a quarter-inch thick. I don't think this is going to work, says Maureen. Why? He asks. What's the matter? Well, she replies, it's just not long enough to reach me. No problem, he says, and proceeds to slap his forehead with his palm. With each slap of his forehead, his member grows until it's quite impressively long. Well, she says, that's quite impressive. But it's still pretty narrow. No problem, he says, and starts pulling his ears. With each pull, his member grows wider and wider until the entire measurement is extremely exciting to the woman. Wow, she exclaims, as they fell into bed and made mad, passionate love. The next day the couples rejoin their normal partners and go their separate ways. As they walk along, Mike asks, well, was it any good? I hate to say it, says Maureen, but it was pretty wonderful. How about you? It was horrible, he replies. All I got was headache. All she kept doing the whole time was slapping my forehead and pulling my ears.